Hello and welcome everybody. We all have circumstances in life, some good, some bad. Today I want to focus on, what if you're really in the pit? You're really just super depressed and, lost all hope and all that, like how do we rise up? You see these videos, you see me on here, we're talking about letting it go and, rising through levels of consciousness and, all this stuff. But, the thing is, if you're, in a situation in life where you feel like you're at rock bottom or something like that, or even if you're not all the way at rock bottom, there's still a progression that needs to happen, because it's hard to go from, in complete devastation up to, like all bright-eyed and, happy-go-lucky and, all that kind of stuff. So what do we do? So imagine, if you're standing on the ocean floor, would be complete devastation, depression, and all that. So really, you want to start working your way up the chain, and this would even mean that you could get angry or even like yelling and screaming kind of angry. Because what that's going to do is get your energy moving towards the right direction, if that makes sense. So let's say you're, complete devastation. So you get angry, you let it all out and all that. What's happening is you're going to feel better, momentarily. And it's like, it'll feel like it's releasing. So that way, now you're in an angry point, but we don't want to live there. It's not just get angry and stay angry forever. We want to keep on progressing up the scale. So after you get angry and all that, and you've tried to feel the energy, you maybe let it go as much as you can, but it still keeps coming back. So, after you get good and angry and all that, then, you might become, frustrated or just in a state of grief. In other words, like, okay, well, but that's good that, we're working our way up. It's going from the ocean floor, we're swimming our way up to get our head above water, in other words. Then after a while of being frustrated or in grief, then we can work our way up towards hope. And hope is really good. That's kind of like the turning point to where you can see the water, your head's almost above water. And then, after being hopeful, then you come into the conviction, the knowing, the faith. And, this whole time we've been pulling ourselves up from the very bottom of the ocean floor. It's like, just remember, our past does not determine our future. And when God moves through your life, you're gonna, like, there's gonna be no question that it was God. Like, it's gonna fix your relationships, your money, your everything. So just hang on, keep the faith. Love y'all. See you in the next one.